Okay, awesome. Welcome back. For this tutorial, we're just going to be setting up we're going to be setting up the little VR portal effect. And it's like a portal effect, and it's transitioning levels and a little bit of VX all bundled into one. And I'm extrapolating this from a tutorial that hit the mic, did like 2 years ago. So I'm kind of just updating it for class purposes. Either way, we're in this new level, so I just created a new level. And I'm going to show you once again where to find like the BP sky sphere, so the kind of fake lighting scene that we'll use normally for VR templates, just because it's a bit cheaper. So I want lighting, so if I go to content drawer, click on engine, and I can do click into content or open up this little triangle on the side. Open up content, and I'm looking for engine sky. And there it is. This BP sky sphere. This is a free thing that we get inside Unreal. I think it's in most Unreal projects if you open it. If you open up in like any tutorial, any template, VR, vehicle, it doesn't matter. You'll get this. So I don't want to mess with this one because I normally like to keep whatever is in engine inside of engine. Because if you delete something inside of engine, that might affect a lot more than you think. So what you would do is that you would just grab this and drag it over into content. And you see this little window pop up that says move here or copy here. We just click copy here. I don't know what copy advanced does. I've never used that. I never used to do copy here. That seems to work fine, but I'll look into that. Either way, I've already done that. So mine is right here. I put into something called prototype level lighting, just so I knew where it was. So I'm going to drag it in, and we're going to reset it to 000. And we see we now have fake lighting, this nice orange sunset. And honestly, this is all we need to do for lighting, unless you want to get really, really fancy. So because I dragged in this sci-fi map thing, we get a few cool stuff. I wonder if I can find it. Nature, meshes, sky ice plane. Let me click into it. What are you? Oh, that's just the floor. Okay. Well, either way, I'm just showing off. Since we dragged in a new asset pack, we got a bunch of meshes with it. So I'm just looking for kind of the terrain. Actually, I can just go in and find it. Normally I just add in like a floor, but because I have this pack in here, I want to add in the nice terrain background that it had. So if I go into the map, it'll open up. Because I already opened it up once, it should open up faster this time. Nice. It's still a little bit slow because I'm using the VR template instead of like a normal Unreal project. I just want to find where you are. Browse to assets. Well, that gets me to the material. Oh, can I just copy this? I don't know. Give me one sec. I'm going to try something. Cool beats. Okay, I'll pause the surprise. This looks different from what I just, like a frame ago. What I did is that in the other level, I clicked on landscape, right-clicked it, and clicked under edit and copy. And then I just went to a new level and just hit Control V. And it'll paste the object that you want inside the new level. So it'll paste the level inside of this new level, this little snow-capped ice thing. Cool. Okay, so that's just one I wanted to test out to make sure it would actually work. I'm going to pop back into the level we're currently working on. And now that that's there, so we actually have a ground that's, with terrain that we can walk on. I just wanted to do this. I know a lot of people were having, some people were having issues with this. And I wanted to make sure it worked, because that means that it is possible to get terrain into the VR template. I knew it was. It's just, I know people were having issues. Either way, so now, just for a bit of style, I'm going to add in shape, basic plane, which is where? Right there. Cool. Okay. Going to put that at 0, 0. So there it is. And now I'm just going to move my player start and nav mesh bounds up to this level. Because I want to just have, I can just make this numbers. I want to just have like a flat plane to walk on just for ease. So 100. There we go. Ooh, there's a hole. Cool beans. Okay. And I'm actually going to click the plane, player start, nav mesh bounds, and I'm just going to move them down just so it's a little more level with the world. And for lighting, because this is terrible, I'm going to click on directional light. It's at 10 lux. I'm going to change it to 2.75 just so we can see more contrast of the level. It was blindly white. And I'll make this more of a frozen tundra-ish color for the light. For the material, I think it's just called ice. No, it's not. What did... Oh, MI ice. There we go. Yeah. Just to give it a little more level realism. So we'll be walking on a frozen ice lake, and this should work just fine, I think. Yep, there we go. Now we can see ice, just for atmosphere. Okay, so for lighting, most of it will be done in the BP sky sphere. This object that we see in the background, that orange, got flab to it now because the terrain's in the way. Orange sky and the background, and we can do a lot more with like volumetric fog and skylighting. For now, we're just mess with this. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to, the two ways we can do this, we can actually set our sun to this object, well, this little parameter right here. You can see the light change. So essentially what this is doing is our sun was up in the sky over there. We kind of just told the BP sky sphere to adjust its lighting based on the sun position. So the sun's high in the sky, that's daytime. So we see our sky is, blue, clouds and whatnot. But if we, again, we did this in the last video. If I hold Control L, there it is. We can change the, you have to hold Control and L down for it to stay. You can change the position of the sun. Ooh, that's nice. And this is actually changing the sun's direction, but it's not updating the sky sphere because it doesn't do it dynamically. If we point light, what? Go away. Click on BP sky sphere and click refresh material. Then we see it tried to update the lighting to match the sun. So the sun is over there now. So we kind of made it like a kind of a dusk time. I normally don't set the sun, the colors of the sky sphere that way. I normally do it manually because it's easier for me. So if I mess with my sun again. I'm going to, let's see, nice shadows in the mountains over there. Cool. Okay, so I think the sun is like somewhere over there. Hard to see because the sun is like infinitely far away, so we can't actually see where it is without well, we can't see where it is in the level. That's why having the BP Sky Spear and like turning on that little feature is a bit helpful because you actually see where the sun is. But let's see. So that means that we'll have to adjust the colors ourselves. So I will, oop, that's sun brightness. I will, let's see, change the sun height in the BP Sky Spear. So let's see, technically, I guess that would mean it's like coming over the mountains. I can rotate the sky sphere so I can place the sun behind this mountain over here. There we go. So I think technically more shadows would be cast if the sun was like that, but that's not important. I want to then turn off colors determined by sun, and we're going to adjust this manually. So zenith right now is blue. We can see that's the zenith color. I'll change this to, yeah, blue works. I want it to be a bit darker. And I'll fly up in the sky so we're not obstructed by the border. I'll change the horizon fall off. So I like a nice little blending. So, you know, got some atmosphere at the bottom. I think, sorry, a blending between the sky and the whatever the ground is called. I think it is called ground. Either way, horizon color, we got to change the color of that too. So if I change to black, then I don't know what this would look like in real life, but we can do that. Gonna do this a little. Ooh, that's not bad. I have no idea what I'm going for right now. I'm kind of just messing around with colors. Let's go with that. Let's see. Then cloud color. We could also change. Let's see. White, maybe. Ooh, nice blue. I think I'm just trying to make things look cold. And then we can change the overall color to really, ooh, give like a cold, frozen tundra kind of vibe. And then of course we also have the sun, which adds color as well. So I can really make this feel a bit cold, a bit wintry, a bit chilly. And that would also be in the sky sphere. I can change the cloud speed to really add some atmosphere to it. I like whole numbers. So 20, cloud opacity. Ooh. I think I mentioned last time, like the clouds are affected by light, which makes sense. So yeah, that's fine. Is that good enough? Yes, that's fine. This is pretty much so that horizon fell off. I'll get some more horizon just because when we're looking at it from down here, we'll want to see it. But let's see, then that means I'll have to make this a bit darker. Again, this is just all just like messing around. Oh, that's actually nice. Messing around with color and like style at this point. Cool. Okay. That's how you would change, you know, this little fake lighting bubble to reflect some of the atmosphere that you would want. Right now we're doing a day scene, so if I were to move the sun down, we would get like some of the night effects. We've seen that in class, but if you click on BP Sky Spear, edit in blueprint, we can see that the actual blueprint is just a, go to view, just a giant circle, circle with its normals facing inward. So it's really big. Like we're trying to zoom in on it and go inside of it. But yeah, it's just a giant circle with material on it. So fake lighting, but very, very helpful. Either way, I will see you guys in the next video where we'll do the Leportal effect.